Hey guys, Kirstie Kraus here, the 2024 Artist of the Year Country Female for the Josie Music Awards, and you're listening to Smash FM. Thanks so much for having me on. We love you guys.
Welcome everyone here to the Smash Evening Show right here on Smash FM here on a Friday because let's go to our friends over in the US. It is great to head to the Music City at the moment in Nashville, Tennessee, and of course be with definitely our favorite music artist. We missed her. It's been a long, long time since we've had her on the show. Of course, her name is Kirstie Kraus. She joins us right now. Thanks, Kirstie, for joining us.
Yes, what's up, Will? Thank you for having me. It is cold in Nashville, and we were just talking off air about how I'm so jealous of you guys right now. I think there should be a Christmas spent in Australia at some point. That sounds like that needs to go on the dream list. But yeah, happy holidays. Thank you for having me on.
No worries. Happy holidays to you as well. Firstly, I've got to ask, obviously you just released your new single, of course, which is quite a coincidence considering we're in summer over here and your single is Topic Wonderland, which was released this time last week. Tell us a bit about it.
Yeah, thank you so much for being excited and supporting it. This song is a spin off the classic Winter Wonderland. So we just had so much fun looking at the lyrics and just putting in our own stuff. So this song just goes out to the people who snowbird and go to the warm places, or the people that live in the warm places when they're celebrating Christmas. And as much as the people up in the Midwest, where I'm from, want to think that they are the only ones that exist, there are people that celebrate Christmas in the warmth. And this song is hopefully fits that entire vibe. We definitely had a good time in the studio. And I just love to see all the radio stations picking it up. It's super cool.
As you mentioned, you did a duet with Mark Much. Tell us, how did that come about?
Yeah, Mark and I did a duet, our first write together. We ended up putting that song out, and it's called Tied Down. And that song did so well. It actually just won the Song of the Year award for Radio Trap Rock, which is a big station out of Texas that celebrates the Parrot Head Nation, Jimmy Buffett, like all that. So they did, our song was the most requested song of the year. And so we call that a winning team. So we decided to get our winning team back together and do a Christmas song together. And it was really a surprise to me when he asked. I was absolutely flattered, and so I'm just happy that we could do this song together.
How's the reaction been like this past week?
I love seeing there's so many people, like, oh my gosh, on Facebook especially. I've been seeing a lot of people sharing the video that we just put out on YouTube for it, and that's like us singing in the studio, and just people sharing the song, and radio stations like without hesitation picking it up. So this is my first ever Christmas song, and I think it's just fitting that it's a tropical Christmas song. It makes me very happy.
Considering being a tropic Wonderland song, and especially a Christmas song, which works really well down here in Australia because we're in the middle of summer down here. Has it been like any attractions from your amazing fans from the southern atmosphere?
Yeah, so I call them my OGs, my OG fans. I'm actually going to go up and see personally when I head back on the 20th of December, and I'm going to have my sixth annual Kirstie's Thirsties Christmas party, and we'll take some apple pie shots together. We will celebrate the single. I'll talk about stuff that's happened this year, and just like looking forward to 2025. But I couldn't think of a better way to close out the year is by being able to like put out music, because that's, as a musician, that always feels like Christmas music. So those people are like my ride or dies. I feel like they're gonna support and love it no matter what I put out, because that's my fam. That's like my family. So I'm so grateful for them, and was working on Christmas cards earlier today and just in full on gratitude feelings and really thankful for them.
Great segue to my next question I was going to ask. You kind of already mentioned it. Also, you're hosting your sixth annual Christmas party as well. So,
Yeah.
how's that traveling? And for everyone in the US in particular, where is it going to be held?
Yeah, it's gonna be held at I don't know what you guys call it, but where I'm like in the south they call it a dive bar. In the north they call it a towny bar. Like towny, TOWNY, like kind of bar. And so I've played there before, and or they canceled a meat raffle, which is a very like Midwest thing. And the owner's mom is going to make food, and by donation, you can come and eat this like home cooked meal. We're taking apple pie shots. I will have special guests there. My best friend that used to be in my band when I lived up there, he will be there as well. He'll join me on some songs. So it's really is like that family style kind of feeling. And I'm sure people will be in their Christmas sweaters or AKA jumpers. But I'm just really excited. It'll be really cute.
Of course, that is next week, isn't it?
Yeah, I cannot believe Christmas is in like a week and some. That's
Mm.
wild.
Now, of course, you also just found out that you have a parrot head club down here in Australia. Is that correct?
Yes, I need to look like what city that is in, but they have a Facebook page. They have a Facebook page and everything. So I'm like, well, that's a whole nother reason to go down there. Parrot Heads of Australia is the Facebook page.
Okay.
Um, but it does not say, like, it does not say what city they are in. So we put out some feelers. Maybe I'll message them directly and just see what they say. But there is a Parrot Head Club. They mentioned it actually in the movie. So there's a movie on Prime that's called Parrot Heads, and it
Okay.
really describes like the trop rock genre, the Parrot Heads, how they stemmed off of like Jimmy Buffett fans into the just this bigger thing where they party for a purpose and donate. You know, they put together large gatherings, parties, and then they donate a lot of money to whatever charity. So in this movie that we were watching finally, they mentioned the Parrot Heads of Australia, and I was like, I'm sorry, what? Like, that's awesome. I need to write them a letter. I need to connect with them.
Okay. Well, you're gonna have to let us know how
I will.
you
I will.
how you went with that.
It's a whole lifestyle. So if you ever get a chance, watch the movie. It's great.
Now, let's talk a bit about one of your achievements that you've achieved as well. Actually, we might go to, or talk about your major one a little bit later. But you mentioned about obviously your duet that we mentioned earlier with Mark. Of course, you mentioned that
Yeah.
you won the Radio Trip Rock Song of the Year with the Tied Down.
Mhm.
Tell us what did that mean to you before we talk about your major achievement that you've had this year?
Yeah, that was really special because it's not something that like a panel decides. This is something decided directly by how many like people are requesting your song. So to be like a newbie-ish in the genre now for like 4 years and be putting out music like Beaches Be Crazy and Tied Down and now Tropic Wonderland and kind of, dabbling in these like tropical vibes. I've started to describe my music as modern country with a bluesy rock undertones, while taking a stroll on the boardwalk on a sunny day. Like that is the package of the sound, and it just fits. Like it feels good and it fits. So to have that song be recognized, especially at their Super Bowl party of the Parrot Heads is really special. So we were carrying that around. We put it on stage every one of our performances after that at the festival, and it was just a really cool thing to be able to to celebrate on the beach right there in Gulf Shores.
Which you won, which I'm so, so happy that you got. You were named the 2024 Artist of the Year for Country in the female section. And of course, that was hosted at the Josie Music Awards at the Grand Opry. Um, Tell us a bit about it, and what does that mean to you now?
Yeah, it definitely took me more than a couple days to let that fully sink in what happened. First off, I was in the balcony. I was hoping, I was just like this, I was nominated for 5 awards. And this was the biggest, award that I was nominated for. And I immediately, when I heard them say, "Kerr," I was like, oh, I like turned to everybody that was with me. It was like my mom and my aunt and friends and other artists. And then it was like Ty and Debbie and Roger, like fans, OG fans from Wisconsin came down 9.5 hours to be there. And so it was just like really special to have them there for that moment. It made it even like more special. But they said Kerr, and I like picked up my dress and I started sprinting to the stage. And I was just I was like flabbergasted that I was walking in the circle, in the famous circle at the Opry, accepting a country music award for female, like artist of the year, like for country music as a female. I was just like, this, what? I like it just felt really good and exciting. And like I said, even more so because loved ones were there with me to like, and they were excited together. Like I feel like we've all done this together. So that was really special. That was crazy. I'm never gonna forget that.
You mentioned that you were nominated for 5 awards at that awards. Now, and you mentioned that you're out up in the balcony. Didn't you try to go like a bit closer to the stage to where you end up being?
I think there's like fun to that element as well, like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna be up here. I also think I was really punning to like perform at the awards or maybe like help host. Definitely was emailing them about my interest. So I think I waited a little longer to get the tickets than other people because I was like, just following up with my interest in performing this year. Let me know. Like, like so. But there ended up being like big performers. Like it was like Neil McCoy and Ashton Shepherd and my friend JD Shelburne, and it was a lot of like wonderful talent on that stage. So I'm happy I was there. Like if I wasn't there, I'd be so bummed like for that moment. I'd be so bummed missing that moment. So I'm really happy.
Did you sleep with your award?
No, I did not, but I definitely carried that box around and like guarded it. And I was like afterwards taking pictures with everybody, and they were asking me to like hold it up, in the pictures. So we pretty much were like the last ones at the Opry. Like they were like, okay, you guys gotta go. And right now I'm looking at it. It's on the top of my like in the center of my mantle above the fireplace.
Okay, I'm going to ask this silly question. Would you like to show it to us?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, give me 1 second. I've got it.
Okay.
All right. This I need to is
Oh, wow.
Artist of the Year, Country Female 2024 at the 10-year anniversary for the Josie Music Awards.
That's amazing.
So that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's really heavy because it's like
Oh,
glass.
yes.
So it's kind of heavy. But yeah, and they even spelled my name right.
I know.
I'm holding it up backwards for you guys. That's not very
Yeah, that's
helpful.
backwards now. You're holding it backwards now.
Oh, okay. So you could read it like this?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
So good.
Wait, what is the maybe I should use my Australian koozie or My I still have these here from Louise from Australia sent them to me. Said I they just are here all the time.
Yes. Okay, so my other question I'm going to ask, obviously, just answer one of my other questions about that trophy. So the second part of that question is, did you, while you hold it for the photos, did you kiss it?
I didn't kiss it, but I will say this: I did the same thing, like kind of that what just happened. I was backstage and I was so excited, and the adrenaline was going because she had like 10 seconds to give like this speech, right? And I posted the speech on my Facebook. I think it's pinned, but I was so excited backstage. They had me stand in like a red carpet thing with a backdrop, and I held it backwards. So in these other pictures, it is backwards. And I'm like, fabulous, great, good job. So I couldn't actually use any of the backstage photos because my dumbass like held it wrong. But yeah,
Oh,
so that's just it.
you're now an ACM member as well as a CMA member, which is
Yes.
tell us about that.
Yeah, it's a huge honor. They both go through a process to approve people. So it's just wonderful to see my colleagues and peers like at the Christmas party last night. That was the CMA Christmas parties and be able to go to the events and they have educational events periodically throughout the year and just to be just to be a member is special and to have them be like, yeah, you're doing what you need to do, so you're you're good to be a part of the family. It's just it's a cool honor and it's stuff that I always was like, oh man, I wish someday, you know, and and now it's here. So it's kind of wild and super awesome to like have some things check off, like to be checked off that I feel like I've thought about and to have that I would like to happen in the future. And now we're here in the future.
On top of that, you will be it's either you've already have or you're going to. You're going to the UK for 5 weeks, March and April, and playing in the coveted C2C Festival in London. Um, Tell us a bit about that,
Yes.
and I'm assuming that's coming
Yes.
up, not already been.
Well, I did have some people message me if I'm going this year, and I have no plans to go this 2025. But I went, and I wasn't sure if you had heard or seen, because you know there's stuff everywhere. But oh, that's cute. My mom is she's FaceTiming me so I can see my niece. I'll call her back. So I went to the UK for 5 weeks in March and April of 2024. And that was my second trip there. But I just extended this trip to be like 5 weeks long. I went all over the UK. I was going to go to other countries. I decided to rein it in and just do one country and like really do it up. And I had you know that was like the trip of my life, like to really go over there by myself. And obviously, I have friends over there. I got to stay with people. They made that possible, but at the same time, I was the one that was like getting on the trains and trying to figure out how to get places with all my stuff, like by myself, you know, like, and I was really proud of myself. Like it was challenging at times, especially in like a colder, you know, rainier weather. To just be like, suck it up, Buttercup. We still need to get there. So I was just by the end of 5 weeks, I never wanted to see a train again for a while. But I was just really grateful for like the opportunity and the opportunity to play like 25 shows and do like two hosting type of things and play two festivals over there. Yeah, it was wow. This is definitely like a personal breakthrough for me to get past any fears and just be courageous and combat it and like do it.
So move on to, of course, you're going to try out for the Dolly musical, which her new musical coming up. How's that showing for you?
I have loved like the minute Dolly posted a video about this, people start tagging me. And I was like, I love that. Like I would absolutely be honored to play Dolly in her musical, like about her life. So I have been subconsciously thinking about everything that I'm going to do for this video, and I will definitely let you know when I'm done with it. But yeah, I think that there's just like enough like personality similarities, and obviously I absolutely adore her. I've watched a lot of her interviews, so I'm planning on just channeling as much of her as I can, and hopefully they will see that like I should be the girl. Like, because I would love to be the girl. That would be amazing.
Dolly Parton is amazing, is one of the most famous and well recognized artists for many, many years. So is that something that, you look up to and hope, and, and something that really interests you to be part of this musical?
Absolutely. I mean, I look up to her so much. Obviously, Dabba Dolly was like my celebration song just about her and her legacy. And I hope one day someone will look at my catalog and music and feel similar feelings that they do about Dolly's catalog and just her as a songwriter. That's, obviously a main reason of why I just look up to her so much is for her absolute love of music and songwriting and her ability to just speak through that and craft things. She's a powerhouse
Mm.
in so many ways, and so it would be an honor. Yeah.
I do love Dolly Parton myself, especially one of her amazing songs, which resonates pretty well with everyone, especially down here, which is 9 to 5. So
Yeah, I
now,
love that song.
yes, correct. We'll finish with these last two as well. For everyone that should follow you on the socials, how can I go about it?
Yes, I would love, I don't know, whatever platform you are on, I will tell you I'm on it, even Snapchat and LinkedIn, but you can find me on YouTube, KirstieKraus.com, obviously, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, and yeah, all the places. I'm on TikTok, and I just posted a little brief Christmas cover giving the shout out that I'm going on an interview, and so yeah, I'd love to connect.
And of course, the last one. It's a two-part question. The first part is,
Yeah.
when are you coming down to the land down under here in Australia? And then the second part,
Coming to the land down under.
love
I'm
it.
coming to the land down under. Okay. Sorry, I had to. I want to come. I want to come down. Is that on October? This festival? October. It's in October. I was right. October 17th through the 19th, 2025. That would be so cool to play the Gold Coast Country Music Festival. So I'm gonna email them and we will see what happens. And hopefully, if not, then we will get on the bill for the future. But I'm definitely pining to come to Australia. I just did the Spotify Wrapped and I looked through everything, and Australia is right up there as my top cities with the US, UK, Australia, Germany. It's yeah. So those are on my radar.
Second part, how can I follow your music, especially your newest one, Tropic Wonderland?
Yes, on Apple Music and Spotify. I made a tropical Wonderland playlist and a Tropic Wonderland playlist. And you can also go to any of your favorite radio stations I've been taking and request it.
Mm.
Request it on the radio because there's so many fun radio stations that are playing holiday Christmas music that are catered to people that live in awesome, warmer places.
Well, Kirstie, it is so awesome to have
Yay!
you back on the show. It's been way too long
Thank
since we
you.
last had you on the show, and let's hope it's not this
Yeah,
long again.
I hope not too. I have another song I'll be working on for 2025, so we'll have to reconnect then. But like so appreciate this. And you're always such good energy and a light. So thank you. Thank you for having me. And I'm really glad that we've stayed in contact and connected.
Absolutely, and can't wait to have you back on the show next year with your latest release, and especially when you come down to Australia in about hopefully 10 months' time on the Goldie.
That'd be wild. And I would love that so much. But yes, Merry Christmas and happy holidays.
Yes, you too. And thanks so much for joining us.
Yes. Bye, guys.
No worries, and that's Kirstie Kraus there joins there. Of course, make sure you get, tune to Music Tropic Wonderland, of course, on the your favorite music streaming services for all the to listen to her music. There's more on the Smash Evening Show right after this. Don't go away here on the 10th year celebration.
Hey guys, Kirstie Kraus here, the 2024 Artist of the Year Country Female for the Josie Music Awards, and you're listening to Smash FM. Thanks so much for having me on. We love you guys.